In 1931, the three northeastern provinces of China were occupied by Japan. Following the Mukden Incident, in order to grow its military, Japan exploited the vast natural resources of this region. It forced millions of Chinese people into hard labor with little consideration for their lives. CCTV's Guan heard the story of one war survivor.
Every single item tells a story. For 80-years-old Gao Guoxian in Fuxin, whose father was forced into slave labor at a local coal mine in 1943, the memory of his dad donning his mining helmet has never faded away. To this date, he still remembers the injuries his father suffered, which eventually made him disabled.
You can see that the helmet is made of pure straw. It hardly gives any protection. My father's back was broken in a coal mine accident, but the Japanese still won't set him free. All they ever cared about was how much coal they could steal.
After the deadly accident, his father was transferred to work at the ground level of the mine, where he witnessed the place being turned into a living hell. During the Japanese invasion and occupation in the 1930s and 40s, tens of thousands of miners in many coal-rich parts of the country died due to poor safety and intense labor conditions. And here, at the Fuxin Mass Grave Memorial, the remains of the victims serve as the evidence of Japan's wartime crime. The memorial site, which stretches for around 600,000 square meters, is the final resting place for over 70,000 miners, all buried here without dignity. It shows the whole world the nature of Japan's past militarism.
I remember that my father carried a stick all the time. He told us there were miners being buried every day, and many dogs would come to the site and eat the bodies. He had to use the stick to whip them away.
The locals started to renovate the mass grave memorial site last year, with the work expected to be completed by the 15th of August to commemorate the victory over Japan Day. And Gao believes it was the resistance against Japanese invasion that eventually saved the life of his father.
He was so close to death, to being one of those buried miners. And had it not been for the resistance against the Japanese invaders, it wouldn't have been saved from the slave labor.
Guan, CCTV, Fuxin, Liaoning Province.